What if the greatest act of love wasn't, a big grand declaration, but actually a profound, really heart-wrenching betrayal?
Mm-hmm.
And what if your everyday errands involved, like tracking down these magical little stick figure plants that try to run away?
Okay.
Or imagine a five-star hotel, utterly luxurious, but it's carved entirely from ice, just defying all
It's
logic.
incredible.
Imagine a world where enchantment really does lurk around every single corner, but so does chilling danger and these deeply, deeply human dilemmas.
That's quite the picture.
Welcome, my friends, to a deep dive into just such a place.
And today we're really unlocking the secrets embedded within these excerpts called Rose and Lupinia Weeks 1415.txt. And these aren't just, straightforward narrative snippet. They're like intricate windows.
Right.
Windows into a vibrant magical realm, introducing us to its fascinating inhabitants, their complex loyalties, and the really treacherous political landscape they're forced to navigate.
So our mission today is to go beyond just the surface story. We're here to extract those surprising facts, those moments that make you go, aha,
Exactly.
And the deeper insights hidden within these pages will explore the intricate character motivations, the sheer weight of these difficult moral choices they face, and just the wonder of a world where magic is both spectacularly grand and also delightfully mundane.
A real mix.
Yeah. So prepare to be informed, entertained, and perhaps, a little bit astonished by the layers we uncover. Let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Okay, so week 14 immediately just plunges us into this world defined by secrets, right? It starts with what looks like a very simple task for Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Sparky, her mentor, gives her this very specific directive. Go to Juliet's world and locate and bring back 500 snails. Here's a sack to put them in. No one can help you.
500. That's a lot of snails.
Yeah, it is. And he says, at least 500, I'll be counting them to check. Understood. And he frames it as essential for her locate spell. He even emphasizes, someday that speed may save your life or the life of a friend.
Okay.
But what's your immediate read on this? Does it feel as simple as it sounds?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
The phrasing itself, no one can help you, and the precise count, 500, it feels almost too specific, like overly constructed for just a training exercise.
Yeah, a bit contrived, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating here is how quickly the narrative just pivots.
Yeah.
As soon as Rose confirms and literally walks out the door, Sparky immediately summons Lupina.
Right away.
Right away. And he explicitly says, I needed to get rid of her so I could talk to you without Rose knowing. Boom.
There it is.
There it is. That swift redirection immediately reveals the true hidden purpose, the whole snail gathering mission. It was a very deliberate ploy. A calculated misdirection just to get Rose out of the picture so he could have this confidential and, as we quickly learn, highly sensitive conversation.
So it's not just a chore. It's the first hint of this much deeper, maybe even manipulative intrigue. It's designed to isolate Rose from something really important.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? How often do seemingly simple requests mask a much deeper agenda? Maybe even, a protective one. This initial move by Sparky sets a really intriguing tone.
It really does. It challenges us, the readers, and you listening, to look beyond the obvious surface level.
Yeah.
In this case, the seemingly benign task is actually strategic maneuver. It highlights that in this world, even the most mundane request can carry layers of unspoken intent, often driven by the need to manage information or perhaps protect someone from a truth they just aren't ready for.
And the stakes just go sky high immediately. As soon as he gets Lupina alone, Sparky wastes absolutely no time at all.
No preamble?
None. He cuts right to the chase with this incredibly unsettling question, going straight for Lupina's core loyalty. Do you want to protect Rose? Completely.
Oof.
Right. And then he delivers the real kicker. To protect her, can you betray her? That rapid-fire exchange just lays out the entire agonizing moral quandary for Lupina, doesn't it?
It's the absolute core of the dilemma, yeah. And it's brilliant in its bluntness. Sparky immediately leverages Lupina's deep personal commitment to Rose.
He knows exactly what button to push.
Oh, yeah. He forces her to confront this harrowing choice between, conventional loyalty, which usually means honesty, right? And this far more complex strategic form of protection that actually demands deception.
A necessary lie, maybe.
Perhaps. And the sheer secrecy of the conversation, combined with those really pointed questions, it immediately emphasizes the immense gravity and potential danger of whatever Sparky is about to reveal. It's not a question of if there's danger, but how they're going to navigate it for Rose's sake, and what personal cost Lupina will have to bear.
This is such a classic dilemma, isn't it? It resonates far beyond just this magical realm. When does honesty become a liability? When does deception become a shield for those we love? What line would you draw, if you were faced with that, where the well-being of someone you care about rests on a lie? For Lupina, this is an incredibly heavy burden, and it's clear her deep affection for Rose is Sparky's primary leverage here.
Definitely.
Ultimately, the story challenges us to see that sometimes the most profound acts of love demand an agonizing moral compromise, where protecting someone means deliberately withholding the truth.
And to really set the stage for this momentous, highly sensitive conversation, Sparky doesn't just hold it, in the corner of the bookstore.
No.
He takes Lupina to his home, an ancient stone tower. But what's truly remarkable about this tower, beyond just being his residence, is how it completely defies conventional physics.
Yeah, this part is cool.
Lupina enters, and she's astonished, because it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Classic.
The classic. He even admits with a bit of a playful touch, I stole the idea from an Earth Kids show called Doctor Who.
Huh. Love that.
Which adds this, self-aware element to the magic. But it's not just a trick. The first floor, for example, contains an entire forest and a pond.
An entire forest?
Yeah, large enough, he says, to feed the entire town during a siege. He even mentions seeing a herd of elk just over that rise.
That's incredible. So it's not just a cool architectural gimmick, it's a strategic fortress.
Absolutely. And it gets even more impressive. The second floor, his study, is described as this massive library. Lupina thinks it's comparable in scale to the Grand Library of Quintessence.
Wow.
Filled with thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of books. And he casually mentions the tower is impregnable. I doubt even Tolkien could get in.
Tolkien. Okay, so the literary references are strong here. Expert. How do these details, the impossible space, the hidden resources, the casual reference to Tolkien, how does that deepen our understanding of Sparky's character and his role?
Well, what's fascinating here is that the tower is so much more than just a home. It's revealed as a sanctuary, yes, but also a strategic fortress and this unparalleled repository of immense knowledge.
Right.
Its defensive capabilities, the impregnable nature, and the vast resources like the forest, they hint at significant ongoing threats that Sparky is acutely aware of and actively preparing for. It underscores his profound power and influence as a bibliomancer, even though he's technically banished. And the sheer scale of his library. It highlights his deep connection to magical lore, to narrative itself. It suggests he possesses access to this vast array of information, ancient and current, making him a formidable, if, somewhat enigmatic figure.
Imagine having a personal space that holds literally endless worlds within its walls. What kind of power, what secrets would someone possess with a sanctuary like that? This description gives us a real sense of Sparky's capabilities, the depth of his knowledge, and maybe the kind of threats he's constantly vigilant against. Such a place isn't just about comfort. It's about control, about survival in a dangerous world.
Exactly. And after leading Lupina up to this incredible study, he serves her jasmine tea and a huge bowl of cookies.
A little bit of normalcy amidst the tension.
Right. A seemingly domestic act, but it's amidst such high stakes. And then Sparky brings the conversation right back to that crucial question. He doesn't let her off the hook. He says, "You never answered my question, Lou," and then clarifies his intent with even greater precision.
He really pins her down.
He does. He says, "If I was to give you some information to protect Rose, would you keep that information to yourself?" Knowing that if Rose had the information, she would immediately act on that information, putting her very life in danger.
Oof. And Lupina's initial response, it perfectly captures the struggle, doesn't it? She admits, I don't see how betraying her could protect her. You can feel her wrestling with it.
Totally. But after some careful consideration, she accepts this incredibly heavy burden. Yes, I think that I can.
Wow.
This re-engagement by Sparky, circling back, it really emphasizes the gravity of the decision. It solidifies that this betrayal, as they're calling it, isn't meant as an act of malice. It's a calculated withholding of truth. What's crucial here is that Lupina's choice seems born from a deep understanding of Rose's nature, her impulsiveness, her compassion.
Right, she'd jump right in.
Exactly. Sparky knows Rose would act recklessly to help others, even if it endangered herself, and Lupina implicitly agrees. Her struggle and her eventual consent highlight the profound love and trust between them, making her decision all the more poignant and, frankly, painful.
Hmm.
This solidifies the why behind the secrecy. It's framed as an act of profound, albeit incredibly difficult, love. It's a testament to the strength of their bond, really, that one would choose such a heavy burden for the other, believing it's the only way to truly safeguard her.
So, with Lupina committed to this almost impossible task of deceptive protection, Sparky finally begins to reveal his past, and it's quite the origin story.
Buckle up.
He confesses his history as a pretty powerful bibliomancer back in Quintessence, who in his youth cast an unforgivable, illegal, a capital crime spell.
A capital crime spell, yikes.
Yeah, and this spell, he says, usurped the author's agency, but that of every character in the book. That sounds incredibly potent and incredibly dangerous.
It absolutely does. This is Sparky's true origin, revealing this really morally complex past. He was banished by Titania the Queen to Amena Blash 300 years ago.
300 years?
Yeah. And for his refusal to either reverse the spell or cast it for her, he was cursed with perpetual hunger.
Ah, the hunger curse.
That's the one. And he explicitly states that Titania dare not ask Tolkien.
That Tolkien, again?
Yes, the Tolkien. Apparently the only other mage who could cast this spell, because of this is huge, Tolkien would remove her from the throne.
Wow. Okay, so this is a massive reveal. It's not just Sparky's history, but the immense power dynamics at play in this world. A queen afraid of a mage.
Exactly. It tells us so much.
What kind of magic could possibly be so powerful yet so morally reprehensible that its caster would rather endure centuries of hunger than repeat it for a queen? His reckless youth led to this profound act that violated fundamental magical ethics.
Authorial agency, character agency.
Right. It highlights both the immense power and the deep ethical pitfalls of bibliomancy. And Titania's 300-year banishment and the forever hungry curse. They just underscore her vindictiveness, her relentless desire for this unique magic.
And that mention of Tolkien and Titania's fear of him, it reveals this larger political ecosystem. There are incredibly powerful mages who exist and can challenge authority, even a queen's. It challenges, to consider what are the true costs of wielding immense power and what ethical lines are considered absolutely unforgivable in this magical society.
Such a deep question.
And this morally complex past connects immediately and dangerously to Rose's present situation. Sparky reveals that Rose has the potential to cast the exact same unforgivable spell.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he believes that because of her incredibly compassionate nature, Rose would absolutely refuse Titania if asked. He even cites her actions back in Paradise as a prime example.
Right, saving that incel character.
Giving him happy memories despite his capital offense against Sienna. Sparky points out what that incel attempted to do to Sienna is a capital offense. Rose had every right to take his life on the piss-soaked mud of Paradise. But what did Rose do? She took him to the nicest, kindest place she could think of.
That moment really defined her, didn't it? But Sparky fears this inherent kindness. Her greatest strength maybe becomes her greatest vulnerability here.
Precisely. He warns Lupina that if Rose refuses Titania's demands, Titania will almost certainly have Rose killed. Or maybe even worse.
Worse? How could it be worse?
He suggests they could seize Juliet's world bar Rose entrance and turn it over to some cruel tyrant who'd piece by piece destroy it as Rose watched, or extort her to cast the spell, and that'll destroy who she is.
Oh, that's psychological torture, using what she loves against her. That's a truly terrifying prospect.
It absolutely is. It directly links Rose's kindness to her imminent danger. Her refusal would be this profound moral stand, but one with dire consequences given Titania's absolute ruthlessness. And the threat to Juliet's world is particularly cruel, isn't it? Designed specifically to break Rose's spirit by attacking something she deeply cherishes. This foreshadows a much darker side to this magical world where, moral integrity can indeed be a fatal flaw. It raises that important question. How do you protect someone whose very nature, whose very goodness, puts them in harm's way when the world demands compromise or cruelty?
That's a truly chilling thought about kindness becoming a weakness. It makes Lupina's next move even more critical. So Lupina, trying to grasp the full scope of this danger, presses Sparky, asking what else he's hiding.
Right.
Like, is that it?
Yeah, she needs the full picture if she's going to do this. And this is where we get three crucial interwoven secrets that truly pull back the curtain on the dangers Rose faces. What's the first piece of this puzzle he reveals?
The first, which presents an immediate and quite insidious threat, is the existence of Mistralin.
Mistralin.
He's Titania's most annoying and dangerous spy and mischief maker, and is actively seeking information on Rose right now.
Oh, great. A spy.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here is Sparky's proactive deception. He admits he's been feeding Mistralin false information,
Really? What kind?
portraying Rose as weak, self-indulgent, greedy, basically the opposite of who she is, specifically to make her seem like an uninteresting target and divert Titania's true attention. And apparently, Mistralin has already attacked Rose indirectly twice in Sienna's and Juliet's worlds.
Wow. So Sparky has been playing this very dangerous game, actively misrepresenting Rose to protect her. That's a huge burden of sustained deception, isn't it? Constant vigilance.
Absolutely. What's the second revelation? The one about the true impact of that unforgivable spell he cast all those centuries ago.
Right. The second revelation is the full, truly tragic scope of his mirror spell. He describes how he reversed roles in a cruel author's book, made the slave class the rulers and the ruling class the slaves. Sounds potentially good, right?
On the surface, yeah. Liberation.
But, and this is where it gets heartbreaking, the formerly enslaved, who were so embittered by their past suffering, exacted brutal vengeance. It led to a war that just decimated nearly an entire world.
Oh my God.
Sparky expresses this profound regret, saying, "In the end, I just wound up killing nearly an entire world. I should have been killed, not banished." And amidst this devastating confession, just painting this picture of utter ruin, he casually offers Lupinia, "Would you care for a donut?"
Wait, what? A donut? Seriously? In the middle of confessing to inadvertently causing the destruction of an entire world?
Yep, just casually offers a
Please.
donut.
That casual offer, amidst such grim devastation, it's such a darkly humorous, almost bizarre touch, isn't it? Is it like a coping mechanism? A weird disconnect?
It's hard to say, but it's definitely jarring. It really underlines the strangeness of Sparky's character. But the story itself is this powerful cautionary tale about the unintended, devastating consequences of well-intentioned but maybe ill-conceived interventions. Liberation without healing, as Sparky painfully learned, can lead to further destruction.
Yeah. Wow, that explains so much about why he's desperate to stop Rose.
Exactly. It underscores the immense ethical weight of wielding such power and why he is so vehemently against Rose ever casting it or even knowing she can. And the third and final thing Sparky reveals is Titania's ultimate overarching goal. It's bigger than just Rose.
Okay, what is it?
He says, "She wants me to destroy Oberon's book. Without it, he'd not be able to survive an attack from her. For more than 300 years, she's hungered for his power. She's willing to do anything to get it."
Oberon's book. So this is about taking down another major power player.
Precisely. And Rose, she's just a means to an end. Sparky adds, torturing or extorting a young girl would just make that sweeter for her.
Oh, that's just pure malice. Wow. So Rose isn't just a target, she's a potential weapon, or leverage, in Titania's centuries-long quest for ultimate power, a pawn in a much larger, realm-shaking game. These secrets truly pull back the curtain on a world far more intricate and dangerous than it first appeared. They reveal how the past shapes the present and the terrifying costs of wielding immense power for self-serving ambition.
Exactly. It paints Titania as truly malevolent. And with all this laid bare, Lupina's response is just resolute and heartbreaking in its implications. She simply says, "Whatever it takes."
Chills. Just whatever it takes. She fully commits to Sparky's plan, accepting the lie, accepting the burden. Her immediate task, then, is to persuade Rose not to travel to Quintessence under any circumstances.
The tough job, given Rose's curiosity.
For sure. And Sparky, ever the pragmatist, immediately takes practical action. He designates the entire third floor of his impregnable tower for Rose and Lupinia to live in.
A safe house.
Exactly. And he notes this is particularly beneficial for Lupinia, for her Night of the Change. A clear nod to her werewolf nature. He points out the added advantage. You won't have to go out into the forest on the night of the change. Just go down to the first floor forest.
Wow, so the forest inside the tower is real enough for her transformation? That's amazing.
Apparently so. It solidifies the tower as a true haven.
Lupina's commitment that whatever it takes, it underscores her profound love and loyalty, even if it means lying to her dearest friend. Her task is incredibly difficult, playing directly against Rose's curious and independent spirit.
Yeah, that's not going to be an easy conversation.
No. And the tower becoming this shared safe space, specifically addressing Lupina's unique needs, it reinforces its role as a true haven and kind of solidifies the bond between all three, even amidst Sparky's calculated deceptions. It highlights that the comfort of an impregnable sanctuary often comes at the cost of a necessary lie. What lengths would you go to protect those you love, even if it means a painful secret?
The weight of that necessary lie versus the comfort of the sanctuary. It's an agonizing trade-off. Then, to cap off this incredibly tense, life-altering conversation, Rose returns,
Oblivious.
completely oblivious. She's successfully gathered her 500 snails, reporting that she feels more proficient with the locate spell, totally unaware of the dramatic turns her life has just taken behind her back.
It's such a stark, almost jarring contrast to the heavy conversation that just transpired, isn't it? Rose is focused on her magical progress, the mundane success of her task.
And Sparky, his delivery is masterful.
Oh yeah, poker face. He casually informs her about his plans to expand the bookstore and suggests she and Lupinia might move into the tower, highlighting Lupina's new dedicated transformation space. He just integrates these protective measures into their lives with such practiced ease.
It's smooth. And then, the final touch, that subtle, dark moment of humor. When Rose asks his favorite dinner, maybe expecting something sweet like she likes?
Right, like 24 sweet rolls.
Yeah, he answers, completely deadpan, no silly escargot.
Huh. After she just spent hours collecting 500 snails.
Exactly. That subtle, unsettling callback to her arduous task, layered with Sparky's complex character. It's just chef's kiss. It perfectly captures the calm before a potential storm, doesn't it? And that unsettling realization of how much can happen just beneath the surface of everyday interactions, completely unknown to those most affected.
It brilliantly highlights how true danger often operates silently, just beneath the surface of everyday normalcy, making everyone vulnerable even when they feel safe.
Okay, so, moving on to week 15. We shift gears quite dramatically here. We're introduced to a new character, Salome, and a much more grounded, practical side of magic in Maine Appalach. It opens with Salome beginning an apprenticeship with Lily to learn how to gather magical ingredients super early in the morning. Expert, what's immediately striking about this new dynamic in Salome's introduction?
Well, it's immediately striking, and it's a subtle but really important counterpoint to Week 14's heavy secrets, is the mention of Salome's struggles with nightmares. The morning conversation reveals that talking to Lily and Rose has really helped. She tells Lily, "Nope, not one. Talking to you and Rose about it have really helped. Rose said that it's better to talk these things out opposed to letting them fester."
That's interesting.
It introduces this new character and shifts the focus to the practical aspects of magic, sure, but it also immediately highlights supportive relationships and the healing power of open communication. It offers a lighter, more hopeful contrast to the burden of hidden truths we just spent time exploring.
It's a beautiful contrast, isn't it? It shows a different kind of strength. Maybe the courage to share vulnerabilities and the power of genuine connection to heal. How do mentorship and open communication help heal and grow in a world filled with both wonder and peril? It's a powerful reminder that not all solutions lie in grand magical acts, but sometimes in simple human connection.
Precisely. It suggests that while some secrets might be kept out of a perceived need for protection, other challenges are best faced and overcome through shared experience and open dialogue. It showcases the diverse forms of support that seem essential for navigating life in Maine Appalach, magical or otherwise.
Right. So their primary objective for the day is to gather wandering time.
Wandering time, yeah.
Which is the main ingredient for portal muffins. And these muffins, we learn, are becoming scarce. Why? Because of attacks on your old home and our friends from Earth. So even these seemingly simpler tasks are subtly connected back to the larger dangers hinted at in week 14.
Everything's connected.
But the description of wandering time itself is just delightful. It's described as a tiny plant that looked like a stick figure wearing a purple Gainsborough hat.
Huh. A Gainsborough hat?
Yeah, and apparently it was trying to sneak away, but those little inch-long legs couldn't carry them very far or very fast.
That detail truly brings the magic to life with such charm and uniqueness, doesn't it? It explains the practical utility of these ingredients enabling portal travel, which is clearly a vital necessity for a community connected across different worlds.
Definitely need those muffins.
Yeah. And the scarcity due to attacks subtly connects this seemingly simpler narrative back to the larger dangers, reminding us that no part of this world is entirely isolated from the overarching conflicts. But the whimsical description of the plant, literally trying to sneak away, it makes the magic feel both extraordinary and, in its own way, tangible and amusing. It's a great illustration that even the most extraordinary magical abilities often rely on very specific, charmingly quirky components that require real effort to acquire.
You gotta chase down your muffin ingredients. So on their way out together this wandering time, Salome and Lily encounter the gate guards, Bob and Mike.
Bob and Mike. Sounds official.
Right. They share a donut. Seems Donuts are a theme here and engage in some friendly banter. The guards jokingly exaggerate their monster-slaying prowess. One says, "Oh, I chased a raccoon and her family from yonder trash can."
Fearsome.
And the other adds, "And I threw a stone at a fox." When asked if it ran, he admits, "No, I missed it by a mile." It's just such a grounded, humorous interaction.
This provides a wonderful snapshot of the community's daily life, doesn't it? Characterized by warmth, humor, camaraderie. It contrasts so sharply with the political intrigue and life-or-death decisions happening in Sparky's Tower.
Totally different vibe.
Yeah, showcasing more grounded, relatable aspect of the main Appalach. The lighthearted teasing, the shared donuts. It paints this picture of genuine connection and mutual respect. It truly highlights that even in a world of powerful magic, the simple acts of community and friendship provide strength and joy, forming this vital, resilient fabric against whatever external threats exist.
A truly nice breath of fresh air after all that tension. So Lily then instructs Salome on the responsible gathering of wandering time. She emphasizes they can only take 4 or 5 from each field to prevent shortage, sustainability, and magic.
Good practice.
But Salome makes an initial mistake. She grabs what she thinks is wandering time, but it's actually plain time with a dark blue hat instead of the magical purple one. It immediately underscores the importance of precision.
This section delves really nicely into the practicalities and ethics of magical resource management. It highlights the importance of sustainability, yes, but also keen observation.
Gotta look closely.
You do. Salome's mistake is a crucial learning moment. It emphasizes that magical aptitude isn't just about raw power or, grand spells, but about precision and discernment, an eye for the minute details. And while they're there, Lily also finds hollow acorn shell.
Oh, what's that for?
It's an ingredient for eyeball candies.
Eyeball candies. Sounds appetizing.
Maybe not, but they make anything that was hidden becomes visible for 6 hours.
Ooh, okay, that's useful.
Very useful. It adds another intriguing magical item with a very clear, powerful utility, hinting at potential future applications for seeing the unseen. Maybe useful against spies like Miss Stralin, who knows? But it's a great reminder that magic often requires more than just casting a spell. It demands careful stewardship, an eye for detail, and a willingness to learn from mistakes.
And despite Salome professing earlier, "But I don't have any magical powers," she successfully mixes the ingredients for the portal muffins back in the kitchen.
Right. Lily explains that Salome has a rare knack for gathering. Not spell power, but a knack. Similar to her own mentor, someone called Mad Maggie.
A knack for gathering. Interesting.
Yeah. And then Lily says the magical kitchen takes over from there to actually complete the bake. They end up producing 4 dozen muffins. This is a fascinating collaboration, isn't it? Between innate talent and, enchanted technology.
It absolutely is. This illustrates a really interesting blend of innate talent and enchanted tech. Salome's knack for gathering highlights that magical ability can manifest in unexpected ways, not just through traditional spellcasting or, overt displays of power. It's a special touch. And the magical kitchen automating the baking process shows how magic can also be integrated into efficient, almost industrial-level production, making powerful and vital items like portal muffins accessible and plentiful. It's a great example of how magic isn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's about a unique talent, a special touch, and the clever application of enchantment in everyday tasks. It shows how pervasive magic is in a main batch.
Agreed. The gathering is the hard part. The muffins are dead simple once you have the right stuff in the right kitchen.
So with the muffins baked, Salome is sent through a portal using one of the muffins, presumably, to Sparky's bookstore Enigmatic Parchments. Her mission, deliver 3 dozen muffins. She's specifically told to prioritize giving them to Juliet, Paula, and Celine, especially Juliet, due to those recent attacks on her world.
Right, keeping those connections open.
Exactly. And when she arrives, Rose is there, found deeply engrossed in some magical tome Sparky gave her. She's concentrating so hard, Salome's arrival causes her to literally shriek and jump back.
Startled her.
Completely startled her.
This sequence provides a really practical demonstration of portal travel and powerfully reinforces the interconnectedness of these magical realms. But Rose's extreme focus, being so lost in her magical studies that she's completely unaware of her surroundings. It showcases her scholarly nature, yes, but it also subtly highlights her potential vulnerability.
Yeah, good point, especially given what we know from week 14.
Exactly. Remember the earlier conversation about her being a target and her impulsive nature? This intense focus could make her miss threats. And the continued concern for Juliet's world reiterates the ongoing dangers, connecting this seemingly lighter narrative thread right back to the serious threats mentioned before. It really asks us to consider, how often do we get so lost in our own worlds, our work, our studies, our preoccupations, that we miss the magic or maybe the danger right in front of us?
A very thought-provoking point indeed. So, after 5 days of this joint gathering, Lily decides it's time to test Salome. Sends her out alone.
Okay, solo mission time.
Salome finds the work harder and slower on her own, naturally, but she wisely prioritizes accuracy over just filling the bag quickly.
Smart move. Quality over quantity.
Right. Later, back in the kitchen with Lily, Salome identifies a mistake in her own collection. She says, "I'd thought that plant was a silent lavender, but now in the better light in the kitchen, I told Lily it's just plain lavender." She caught her own error.
That's fantastic. That marks a significant milestone in Salome's apprenticeship. It showcases her impressive growth and also Lily's effective teaching style.
Yeah, letting her figure it out.
Exactly. The emphasis on accuracy over speed highlights that crucial aspect of magical crafts. Precision is paramount. A misidentified ingredient could have serious consequences, right?
Definitely.
Salome's ability to self-correct in better lighting is a real testament to her developing critical thinking skills and understanding. And Lily praises her for it, saying, "Salome, you get 100%. You identified the one item that wasn't magical." This demonstrates that mastery involves not just collecting, but discerning, understanding. It proves that true learning isn't just about getting things right the first time. It's about the ability to recognize and correct your own mistakes. A skill invaluable in any field, magical or not.
Absolutely. And as a well-deserved reward for Salome's successful learning, Lily suggests they take a day off for a trip. She knows Salome loves winter.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a wonderful moment of celebration, isn't it? And it gives us a deeper look at the nurturing relationship between mentor and apprentice.
Indeed. The decision to take a trip, specifically tailored to Salome's preferences, emphasizes Lily's care and the importance of rest and enjoyment in a busy, sometimes dangerous magical life. It beautifully sets the stage for a new adventure, reinforcing that universal joy of a well-earned break and the anticipation of new, shared experiences.
And what an adventure it turns out to be. Lily portals them, again, the convenience, to the Schnee Hotel.
Schnee Hotel. Snow Hotel.
Pretty much, a hotel entirely carved from ice.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they're greeted by a tiny gnome and shown this lobby featuring an entire forest of trees and a pair of wolves, all intricately carved from ice.
Okay, that sounds incredible.
Right. The wolves have dangerous-looking mouths open wide, canines on display posed like they were leaping through the wall. The hotel offers activities like skiing, dog sledding, a bar, sauna, hot springs, the works.
Expert, this sounds like a truly magnificent and unique location.
Yeah.
What does it tell us about the magical artistry and diversity within this world?
Oh, it's a stunning example. The Schnee Hotel is far more than just accommodation. It's a magnificent living sculpture. It showcases a completely different aesthetic and form of enchantment compared to, say, Sparky's ancient stone tower.
Right, very different feel. Very different. The intricate detail of the ice carvings, an entire forest, those leaping wolves, it just immerses us in this unique environment, highlighting both its profound beauty and the fantastical practicality achievable through magic. Imagine a place where architecture is born of magic and ice. A true winter wonderland that challenges our perceptions of what a hotel can even be. It reminds us that magic isn't just about power, it's also about breathtaking creativity and artistry.
Yeah, stunning visual. So despite Salome's initial hesitation about the cold, it is an ice hotel, Lily provides a brand new bathing suit.
Comes prepared.
Always. And they head to a 2-room sauna. After 15 minutes in what Salome describes as such a hot room, extreme heat, they exit and dive straight into powder snowbanks outside.
Whoa, hot to cold.
Exactly. Rolling like a dog trying to scratch your back until perfectly cooled, Salome's reaction goes from hesitant to yes, oh gods, yes. She's fully embraced the exhilarating experience.
That sensory experience is incredibly vivid, isn't it? It highlights that invigorating contrast of extreme temperatures, a truly unique form of relaxation and invigoration in this magical winter setting.
Right, like a magical polar plunge.
Totally. Salome's transformation from apprehension to exhilaration showcases her openness to new experiences and the joy of embracing the unexpected. And Lily's playful behavior in the snow adds a wonderful touch of relatable humor and mentorship. It makes you think, Sometimes the most memorable experiences are those that challenge our senses and push us slightly out of our comfort zones, leading to unexpected delight.
Absolutely. So following the sauna and the snow roll, they enjoy an outdoor hot spring. Salome finds it every bit as good as Lou and Rose described from their trip in that Japanese light novel.
Connecting back to the others' experiences. Nice touch.
Yeah. And while they're relaxing there, two tiny 2-inch tall snow sprites fly in.
Snow sprites, cute.
Oh,
They proceed to have a loud argument filled with expletives.
the expletives from tiny sprites. Apparently, one calls the other a fecking Amadon and complains about some hussy Tinkerbell living alone with all those boys. Then they just fly off, leaving Lily and Salome in laughter.
That is brilliant. Such an unexpected detail, isn't it? The hot spring offers this moment of deep relaxation and connection to the experiences of other characters, grounding the adventure.
Yeah.
But the appearance of these feisty, foul-mouthed snow sprites is just a delightfully unexpected touch. It injects humor and shows that magical creatures, even tiny ones, have their own very human-like squabbles and distinct, sometimes irreverent personalities. It reminds us that even in moments of tranquil magic, life and laughter can come from the most unexpected sources.
I just love that detail. It really adds to the vibrant tapestry of the world. So, to cap off their incredible day, dinner consists of kapusta,
Kapusta.
a traditional gnomish favorite, a stew with sausages, potatoes, and cabbage, followed by zarlatka, which is an apple pie. Sounds hearty.
Sounds delicious, actually, especially after rolling in the snow.
Right. Then, for a grand finale, Lily leads Salome blindfolded out onto a frozen lake.
Ooh, a surprise.
Yeah, and she reveals Na Fierceless, the northern lights dancing spectacularly above them. Salome exclaims, "Whoa, that may be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." Lily's explanation. It's called Na Fierceless. I think the humans call them the northern lights. Not all the magic in this land is in a bookstore or bakery. It's just a perfect ending to their journey.
It truly is. That's a powerful, awe-inspiring moment, showcasing the raw, untamed beauty of natural magic that exists independently of mages and spells. The gnomish dinner adds another layer of cultural detail, grounding the fantastic and relatable culinary experiences. But the Nafertschliss is this breathtaking display that elevates the whole experience. Lily's surprise reinforces the idea that wonder is absolutely everywhere, and that the grandest magic isn't always wielded by individuals or found in enchanted items. It's a poignant reminder that even amidst complex plots and dangerous secrets, moments of pure, breathtaking natural wonder can be the most profound magic of all, offering solace and inspiration.
Beautifully put. Okay, so after diving deep into both week 14 and week 15, we can really start to connect the threads, can't we? See the overarching themes at play. One of the most striking, for me anyway, is the very nature of power. Its responsibility, its potential for abuse, and its use for protection. What immediately stands out to you when comparing these different manifestations of power we've seen?
Well, what's fascinating here is the stark contrast, isn't it? We've seen Titania's absolute power, seemingly corrupted by ambition and this centuries-long hunger for more. It's epitomized by her desire to destroy Oberon's book and her willingness to use Rose as a pawn. Her power seems purely destructive and self-serving.
Right, power as a weapon.
Exactly. Then you have Sparky. We see his past abuse of power with that mirror spell, which led to just widespread destruction. But his present actions, though, yeah, definitely manipulative.
Manipulative is fair.
They seem to be a clear effort to use his knowledge and influence to protect, driven by this profound regret from his past mistakes. It's power wielded out of, maybe, atonement.
Interesting angle. And then there's Rose.
And then there's Rose's inherent compassionate power. The power she uses to save lives, like with the incel character, which ironically makes her a prime target for Titania.
Right.
Her goodness is a liability in that context.
Yeah.
And even on a smaller scale, you have Lily's careful stewardship of the magical ingredients. That reflects a responsible, sustainable use of power, the power over resources ensuring their availability for the community.
So how do these contrasting approaches to power really shape the ethical landscape of Amena Blash? It feels like this constant struggle between those who wield it responsibly and those who just abuse it for their own ends.
Precisely. Titania's unchecked ambitions seem set on a path of further destruction. It's almost a classic example of absolute power corrupting absolutely. The responsible exercise of power, like we see in Sparky's protective deceptions, maybe, and Lily's careful resource management, it acts as a counterforce. But it's constantly battling against this immense corrupt power structure represented by Titania. Ultimately, this narrative really seems to teach us that power, in any form, is a double-edged sword. Its true nature is revealed not just in its acquisition, but in how it is wielded and the choices made by those who possess it.
Absolutely. Another central theme running through these excerpts is the weight of knowledge. Specifically, what to share and what to withhold. Sparky and Lupina's agonizing decision to withhold this life-threatening information from Rose. It highlights such a profound moral dilemma. Is calculated deception justifiable for protection? Lupina's whatever it takes is such a powerful commitment to that side of the argument.
It really is. And this stands in stark contrast, doesn't it, to Salome's journey in week 15. Her journey is all about learning to discern accurate information, like identifying magical versus plain lavender, and also experiencing the healing power of open communication about her nightmares.
Right. The opposite approach.
Exactly. The narrative explores how knowledge, or the lack thereof, can be both a shield and a vulnerability. This raises that important question. What are the long-term psychological and relational consequences for Lupina and Sparky bearing this huge secret?
Yeah, that can't be easy.
No. Will Rose's eventual discovery of the truth, assuming she discovers it, will it strengthen their bonds because they were protecting her, or will it shatter them because they lied? The story forces us to grapple with when the burden of knowing outweighs the benefit of sharing, and when is the greatest act of love, maybe, to let someone remain blissfully unaware of the dangers that surround them.
Such a complex question to grapple with, and it truly speaks to the nuanced ethical considerations woven into these magical narratives. And then there's just the beautiful way the mundane and the magical are woven together, creating this truly immersive world in Maine Appalach. From Rose's snail-gathering chore, which felt so tedious but had a hidden purpose, to Salome's early morning apprenticeship, the friendly banter with the guards, the gnomish dinners, magic is just seamlessly integrated into the fabric of daily life.
Yeah, the magically expansive tower and the portal muffins coexist with simple tasks, community interactions, and then these stunning natural phenomena like the Northern Lights. It creates this deeply immersive and somehow believable world where the fantastic feels incredibly grounded and relatable. How do you think this blend of the fantastic and the familiar makes the characters and their struggles resonate more deeply with us, the audience?
I think it's because the most extraordinary stories often find their grounding in the ordinary, don't they? It reminds us that wonder can be found in every moment if we only look. It makes the high stakes feel more real when they're set against a backdrop of, making muffins or chatting with guards.
Absolutely. The integration of magic into the everyday makes the characters' choices and the threats they face feel more immediate and impactful, because it's not happening in some distant, abstract realm, but directly affecting their routines, their relationships, their access to travel even.
Good point. Finally, we see this rich spectrum of friendship and loyalty demonstrated throughout these sources, different forms of support. Lupina's unwavering whatever it takes for Rose is such a powerful testament to her bond, even compelling her to this difficult, secretive act.
It really is. And Sparky's actions, though, again, manipulative.
Can't escape that word with him.
No. But they seem ultimately driven by a protective impulse, rooted in his past mistake.
Yeah.
It presents another complex, maybe even flawed form of loyalty. Then you have Lily's patient and encouraging mentorship of Salome, demonstrating a gentle, nurturing form of support, helping her apprentice grow into her unique knack for gathering.
Yeah, very positive relationship there.
And even the casual camaraderie among the townspeople, like Bob and Mike, the guards, it highlights the strength of community. So how do these different expressions of loyalty strengthen the characters and their community against the external dangers they face? And maybe more importantly, what does it say about the nature of trust, especially when deception is involved?
I think it suggests that the community's resilience comes from this very diversity of support. Some bonds are tested by difficult truths and secrets, like with Lupina and Sparky. Others are forged through shared daily life and mentorship, like Lily and Salome. But can trust truly survive necessary deception, even when it's born of love? That's the big question hanging over week 14, isn't it?
It absolutely is. This raises that important question about the resilience of relationships. While the immediate goal for Sparky and Lupina is Rose's protection, the long-term impact of withholding truth is always a risk. It could potentially unravel their deep connections down the line. It truly underscores that true friendship often demands sacrifices, difficult choices, and unwavering belief, sometimes in the face of the unknown. It makes the tapestry of their relationships wonderfully complex and, frankly, compelling.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've certainly navigated some treacherous currents of secrets and some exhilarating waves of discovery today.
Really.
We've seen a world where the quiet acts of kindness can ironically spark the greatest dangers, and where magic can be as grand as a living ice hotel or as subtle as a little stick figure plant trying to sneak away.
It's a world where every character, isn't it? From the powerful, complex bibliomancer Sparky to the diligent apprentice Salome, everyone is grappling with their own unique challenges, their loyalties, and the profound weight of their decisions.
So, in a world like this, where a queen's centuries-old hunger for power dictates destinies, and where the most dangerous spell ever cast might be repeated by the kindest heart, what truly safeguards a soul? Is it the elaborate web of protective lies spun by those who love you? Or is it the simple, unwavering belief in another's goodness, even if that very goodness might lead them straight into peril?
That's the core tension, isn't it? Perhaps the deepest magic lies not just in spells or enchanted objects like eyeball candies or portal muffins, but in the intricate, often messy tapestry of human and magical relationships and the difficult, often ambiguous choices we make within them, choices that ultimately define who we are.
Maybe so. As you go about your day, think about the unseen layers of the stories around you. The secrets people keep, maybe for good reasons, maybe not. And the quiet acts of magic and kindness that might be shaping your own world in ways you can't yet imagine.
Lots to think about.
Definitely. Thanks for diving deep with us today. We'll catch you next time.